Okay, hope everybody is enjoying the weekend. Today is June 7, 2014. I thought in this video I was going to go back and review some of the stock that I posted on the Memorial Day weekend. And it's all based on the premises that, was looking for a new high on the Dow Jones Industrial because I subscribe to the premises that the first thing that we need to know is the general trend or the direction of the market, and then we could go and start looking at specific sector or specific stocks, for potential candidate that will trend or move along with the general market. Because the thing is, most of the time you will find that 80% of the stock will follow the direction of the market. So if you are just trying to pick stock without any idea or any presumption of what you believe the market direction is, then you basically just kind of might be picking a stock that is in that 20%. So it's really put your odd, put you against that odd. So that's why one always have to follow the market in a general sense, not necessarily that you have to trade the market on the index or the future and that sort of thing. But it is important to understand or have some idea of the state of the market. I'm not saying that we know exactly, but you do get a sense. So basically on this post, if you have not saw this post, you might want to go back and go to my blog and go to that May 24th, which is the Memorial Day weekend post on changing mood, and you will see that post that I kind of go to some of the stock that I'm going to review and just kind of follow up on this video to see what it have transpired since then, and hopefully maybe when you look at that video, might pick up some of the little bit subtlety on how to look for potential candidate. A lot of these people out there, if they're, playing these breakout, and it's basically textbook breakout, and there's a lot of algorithmic trading. That's already programmed those in to jerk around those type of breakout. So you got to be careful on that. And that's why, one of the things that is still a little bit difficult for these program trading to dissect is on the pullback, because the pullback, you never know when the pullback is completed. So it does seems to be a little bit more risky when you try to play pullback. It seems like sometimes that you're basically picking a bottom. But if you are, a little bit experience in doing a technical analysis, and you pick up a couple things, there's some subtlety that tell you that this pullback might be poised to be complete and break out, and some of them they're just gonna just break down. Right? But those comes with experience and over time. It's not saying that every one of them will be correct, even though we be able to identify some of those possibility. But it just kind of give you a little bit better odds on playing this game, because you don't want to go and chase after these breakout that everybody is looking at, and most of the time that you get jerked around and might get stopped out prematurely. But then also the other thing is, if you play these pullback, breakout or that sort of thing. So by the time that it reaches to the breakout point, you have the opportunity to scale out, or even move your stop to a break even. So that way you basically just kind of getting a little free ride into the breakout. So with that said, you might want to go back and take a look at this post again. And also the other thing is, if you didn't see the post that I put up last night, you might want to also go and take a look at this post, staying with the trend, and kind of talk to a little bit about what I see the market might be doing, and kind of give a sense of what to monitor and that sort of thing. So with that said, let's go and take a look at the stuff that I some of the stock and ETF that I covered back in that video. And the first one is I was saying that if the Dow is going to be making a new high, and some of the stuff that I expected to help it to push it up to that new high is, first, we're looking at the ETF, the industrial ETF. It looked very much like the Dow, back in the, basically the 23rd, right? May 23rd was the Friday, the Friday before the Memorial holiday, and I posted on the Saturday. So you basically were looking at this pattern here, right? Saying that we expect we're expecting the Dow to make a new high, this industrial ETF will also make a new high, and likewise it probably will break through this particular level here. which is the intraday high of 54.07. So you can see that over the course of the last few weeks, it came up and tagged this new high, and then last week it's just kind of broken out and starting a what I call maybe a possibility of a blowout phase. Excuse me. So that we might get this blowout phase in the parabolic move. Okay. Then the other one was the material, the building material. Again, we are looking at this to kind of help push the Dow Jones Industrial to a new high. Then the other one, the energy making a comeback. So again, we're basically looking at this area for this low breakout on a pullback. Right. So right now you can see that they all seem to be, making a new 52-week high. If it's not all-time high, then the OIH, that too is also making a new high. Then I said, if you look at that, take a look at the service oil exploration service company like Schlumberger. We're looking at this particular pullback flag here. Right. Here's this, 23rd somewhere around here. Right. Okay. So we're basically looking at Schlumberger. So you can see that Schlumberger is working out to a new 52-week high here, I believe, and then also Halliburton, that the other one, service exploration, oil exploration service company. So you see that also is working out. Then when I also look at to take a look at Exxon, because Exxon is also part of the Dow Industrial, and you can see that we're basically looking at this little pullback, and I was kind of expecting it to maybe break out a little bit earlier than it appears to be, as apparently it make a little bit further pullback. That's why we need to watch these pattern to develop and trigger. Just because the setup is there doesn't mean that we jump at it. We have to wait for these trigger. Right? So you can see it's still monitoring, Exxon, and it seems like it's peeking its head above this little pullback now. So I wouldn't be surprised that maybe in the coming week we see Exxon, coming up. And the other one that I want you to watch is, go take a look at, Chevron. Exxon, so take a look at Chevron, right, and Chevron Texaco, because again, this thing is also look like it's poised to break out as well, right? So you can see this little flag here. Okay, so you might want to take a look at that. And then the other one, we're talking about the financial, and at that time we're talking about American Express, which is right here, right on this 23rd and the 24th. When it reopened on the Monday Tuesday on the Memorial holiday, just broke right through. So right now, we're expecting it to make a new 52-week high, which it did. And right now, the other one that you might want to pay attention to is Visa. Okay, you might want to look at Visa here for this breakout. Although MasterCard might be, making this little breakout here. Ideally we wouldn't want to play it up here, down here. So right now, Visa would be a good one to keep an eye on. So is MasterCard. The other one was the, when we're talking about the industrial, we're also talking about Boeing. At the time we're talking about Boeing making a little break here. Right, we're talking about this, breaking out of this baseline here, trying to get into this gap. The first break. See, remember what I was saying about breakout? A lot of times these breakout, they just do these, shake and bake, and then kind of, shake these guys that playing these breakout, and then stop them out, and then kind of and then break out again. Then it move on the trend that I was trying to do, trying to go. And also we are looking at this potential flag here. Right, so basically right now it's tracing out this flag, and we're looking for a continuation of Boeing, and possibly getting up here to tag this, this high here. And then the Johnson & Johnson, another Dow stock that we're talking about. Right, so you are looking at this right here, the 23rd was somewhere around back here. Okay, so it's coming, finally broke out of this little wedge here, and now it's making, move out this 52-week high and making a new high here. Then we also talk about the old name, Microsoft, right? So Microsoft is also breaking, back here, so it's breaking out of this, this line here. See, again, even with this, we got a little bit of a fake, right? But the thing is, if you set your stop correctly, then you shouldn't be able to get these premature stop exit, so. And we're basically looking at Microsoft, tagging this new 52-week high. And then we're also talking about the semiconductor sector, the SMH. So you see the SMH is kind of moving out and gap out here, and make a new 52-week high. Then I mentioned about Intel a while back, talking about one of the component that was also in the Dow that was breaking out. So you could see Intel is pretty much of running away right now. Right. Okay. So the one that I was mentioning is to keep an eye on Qualcomm, one of the old name that's been out of favor, and watch this to break out and maybe tag this 52-week high. Then we're talking about the financial and the bank. I said, the best of breed is still Wells Fargo Bank, and essentially, we're talking about down here on the 23rd, and you can see that we're talking about making a 52-week high. And again, you see that Wells Fargo just been running away. And we're talking about also the auto part company, Advanced Auto Part. Although we're looking at this particular coil here, this inside bar, this big inside bar here, and then also we're talking about this inside bar here. And this little bit of a pullback was due to the sympathy move with AutoZone's earning or the projection. But you can see that it came down and held the support on this trend line, and then now it went out of and broke out of this little coil and tagged this 52-week, this particular engulfing candle. So now it seems like, it could be coming up and potentially tag this high here. Okay. Then also the other thing was said if you want to buy an auto company, go buy Ford. So you can see that Ford Motor over here, kind of broken out of this long trend line here, and now it's making itself up. And then we're talking about the bond, also the TLT, and saying that it's been zigzagging. So let's not discount the bond, rally until it break the trend, and it came back up. So now the past week or so, it seems to be pulling back. So we still have to keep an eye on this trend line here. If we break down this trend line, get under the 109, then maybe this move might be over for now. But until then, still right now this thing could reverse and go back up and make another zigzag higher. Then another old name that's been out of favor is VRSN. You see this little trend line that's walking down, and it's kind of basing here, and also try to make a little breakout. So you can see that it is kind of sneaking up and try to get above this pivot here. So those are kind of stuff that you might want to keep an eye on. You don't have to go and chase after all those high beta stock, like the Apple, the Facebook, the Twitter, those kind of stuff, because there are a lot of things there that present opportunity, and especially right now with this market entering this final phase, which I believe it could be the blowout phase. There's going to be a lot of opportunity, but don't get euphoric and get trapped. Okay, so still be selective and be conservative in some sort of way, because when this music stop, it's going to stop very abruptly, and a lot of people are going to be rushing out of the exit. So hopefully that will give you a little heads up, and maybe do another video later on before the market open for trading again on Monday, and we'll talk about some of those high beta stock like Facebook, Apple, and Netflix, and so forth. So enjoy your weekend.